Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies, I want you to think for a moment about what it means to truly love someone. Love is often seen as an act of giving, of showing up, of being there for the other person no matter what. And yes, that is part of it. But there is also a deeper layer to love one that is less about doing and more about being. In relationships, especially between men and women, we often have different ways of approaching love. Men in particular can sometimes need space in ways that may not always make sense to us. But here's the truth sometimes. To truly love a man, to allow him to love you back fully, you need to step back. When we are constantly overgiving, overcommunicating, or even overthinking the relationship, we may inadvertently take away the space and freedom a man needs to operate as his best self. Men often thrive when they are given space to breathe, to explore, to reflect, and to make decisions on their own. This space isn't about distance or detachment. It's about giving room for growth, independence, and respect for who they are as individuals. Now, I'm not saying you should disengage or stop caring, not at all, but rather when you allow him to step into his own rhythm, when you give him the freedom to come to you with his thoughts and feelings, you create a dynamic that is based on trust and genuine connection. In relationships, we don't have to control everything. We don't need to manage the relationship, track every text message, or make every decision together. Sometimes true love emerges when you allow him to take the lead in his own way, when you step back just enough to give him the room to find his way back to you. So why do men need you to step back? Because in stepping back, you allow space for him to grow and love you in a way that is authentic to who he is. It creates balance, respect, and trust that deepens the relationship in ways you might not have imagined. We all have dreams and goals we want to achieve in life, but more often than not, we find ourselves caught in the cycle of inaction. We may have a deep desire to succeed, but something holds us back: fear, self-doubt, uncertainty. The truth is, we all face challenges and setbacks, but the one thing that will determine whether we succeed or fail is whether we can overcome those barriers and keep moving forward. Winning against yourself isn't about being perfect or never failing. It's about refusing to let your inner struggles defeat you. It's about learning to master your mind and taking consistent, courageous steps toward your goals, no matter how difficult the journey may seem. The first step to winning against yourself is recognizing that the greatest obstacle you'll ever face is not the challenges outside of you, but the thoughts, fears, and doubts that exist within. Your mind is an incredibly powerful tool, but if left unchecked, it can become your worst enemy. How many times have you talked yourself out of an opportunity, convincing yourself that you're not good enough or that it's too late to try? These thoughts aren't facts, they're just stories your mind is telling you, stories that limit your potential. The first step in overcoming them is recognizing them for what they are: just stories. They don't define you, and they don't have to control your actions. Once you identify these negative thoughts, you can begin to challenge them. Instead of accepting the thought that you're not capable, ask yourself, what evidence do I have that proves this is true? Most of the time, you'll realize that your fears and doubts are based on assumptions, not reality. You have far more capability and potential than you often give yourself credit for. Winning against yourself starts by replacing those limiting thoughts with empowering ones. Instead of thinking, I can't do this, think, what can I learn from this? Or I'm capable of figuring this out. The way you speak to yourself has the power to shape your actions. And when you choose to speak with confidence, you empower yourself to take the steps necessary to succeed. It's important to understand that action is the antidote to fear and doubt. Waiting for the perfect moment to begin or for all the conditions to be just right is a form of procrastination that keeps you stuck. The perfect moment never arrives. The perfect conditions never align. Success comes from consistent effort and the willingness to take action, even in the face of uncertainty. It's about taking small steps every day, no matter how insignificant they may seem at the time. Every action you take, no matter how small, gets you closer to your goal. Winning against yourself is about developing the habit of taking action, even when you're scared, unsure, overwhelmed. It's the act of doing something, anything that propels you forward. Along with taking action, you must also learn to embrace failure as part of the process. Too often, people avoid taking risks because they fear failure. But failure is not something to be avoided, it's something to be welcomed. Every failure is an opportunity to learn, to adjust, and to become better. When you fail, it doesn't mean you're a failure. It means you've taken a step closer to finding the right way to succeed. The key is to not let failure stop you from moving forward. Instead of letting failure define you, use it to refine your strategy and grow stronger. Remember, every successful person has failed countless times. What sets them apart is their ability to keep going despite their failures. Another important part of winning against yourself is learning to manage your emotions. Fear, frustration, disappointment, and doubt are all part of the journey, but they don't have to control you. The ability to manage your emotions rather than letting them dictate your actions is crucial to success. When you feel overwhelmed or discouraged, take a step back and remind yourself that these feelings are temporary. They do not define you, and they will pass. Instead of reacting impulsively to negative emotions, take a deep breath, center yourself, and refocus on your goals. This emotional resilience will help you push through the tough times and keep your eyes on the prize. Finally, winning against yourself requires patience and persistence. There will be days when you don't feel like doing the work, when progress seems slow, or when it feels like everything is against you. During these moments, it's important to remind yourself that success is a long-term journey, not an overnight achievement. The most successful people are often those who simply refused to give up. They kept showing up, even when it was hard, even when it was hard, even when they didn't see immediate results. Winning against yourself is not about quick fixes, it's about consistently doing the work, even when you can't see the payoff yet. In the end, the key to winning against yourself lies in developing the mindset that your potential is limitless. You are capable of far more than you often realize. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment or the right circumstances. It's about deciding that you will no longer let fear, doubt, or excuses hold you back. When you commit to taking consistent action, embracing failure, managing your emotions, and being persistent, you unlock your true potential. The only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. So start today, step up, take action, and start winning against yourself. The success you desire is within your reach, and it all begins with the decision to take the first step. Success is not an event that happens to us overnight. It's not something that's handed to us on a silver platter. Rather, it is the product of consistent, disciplined effort over time. Success is built by the small, everyday actions that we take to move closer to our goals, even when the results aren't immediately visible. The key to achieving anything significant in life is to develop the discipline to continue working toward your goals, no matter the obstacles or delays you might face along the way. If you want to succeed, you must learn to be disciplined, to stay focused on the journey, and to resist the temptation to take shortcuts or give up when things get tough. Discipline is the foundation of success. Without it, all the talent, knowledge, and potential in the world are meaningless. Talent may open doors, but it is discipline that allows us to walk through them. It is the habit of showing up, of putting in the work, even when we don't feel like it. Discipline isn't about motivation, it's about commitment. Motivation is fleeting, and it will not always be there to carry you through. But discipline is a constant, a force that can keep you going even when your energy is low, your doubts are high, and your willpower feels depleted. When you develop discipline, you make a promise to yourself to stay focused on your goals no matter what. The first step in developing discipline is to define your goals. It's impossible to stay committed to something if you don't know what you're working toward. Your goals give you direction, and they help you maintain your focus when life gets in the way. But it's not just about setting goals, it's about setting the right goals. You need to be clear on what you want and why you want it. When you have a strong why behind your goals, it becomes easier to stay disciplined and motivated, even when the going gets tough. Your why should be the fuel that powers you forward, even when you encounter challenges. Once your goals are set, the next step is to create a plan. Without a plan, your goals are just wishes. A plan is what turns your dreams into reality. It breaks down your goals into manageable, actionable steps, and it helps you stay on track. The plan should not only include what you need to do, but also when you need to do it. This helps to create a sense of urgency and accountability, ensuring that you don't let procrastination derail your progress. Having a clear plan in place allows you to make progress one step at a time until you reach your desired destination. But having a plan isn't enough. You must also be willing to make sacrifices in order to stay disciplined. Success doesn't come without hard work, and hard work often means making difficult choices. It might mean saying no to short-term pleasures in order to achieve long-term rewards. It may require cutting back on distractions, limiting your social activities, or working late into the night. These sacrifices are a natural part of the process. It's important to recognize that the rewards of success are often delayed, and the price you pay today will lead to greater rewards tomorrow. Discipline requires you to stay focused on the bigger picture and to resist the temptation to indulge in distractions or comfort. Another essential component of discipline is perseverance. It's not enough to put in the work once and expect results to come immediately. True success comes from consistently doing the work, even when it seems like nothing is happening. There will be times when you hit roadblocks, when things don't go according to plan, or when progress feels slow. During these times, it's easy to get discouraged and give up. But the most successful people are those who keep going when things get tough. They don't quit when they encounter setbacks. They see them as part of the process and adjust their strategy accordingly. Perseverance is about staying the course no matter how long it takes or how difficult it becomes. Finally, discipline requires you to develop a strong sense of accountability. When you take responsibility for your actions and your progress, you give yourself the power to succeed. Accountability ensures that you stay true to your commitments and that you are consistently putting in the work necessary to achieve your goals. Whether it's a mentor, a coach, or a trusted friend, having someone who holds you accountable can help you stay on track and avoid the temptation to slack off or make excuses. Accountability provides a support system that keeps you motivated and reminds you that you are not alone in your journey. Discipline is not easy, but it is absolutely essential for achieving success. It requires hard work, sacrifice, perseverance, and accountability, but the rewards are worth it. When you commit to being disciplined, you create the conditions for success to thrive. Every action you take, no matter how small, is a step closer to your goal. And with each step, you build momentum that makes the next step easier. Success is not a destination, it's a journey. And the only way to reach that destination is by staying disciplined every day, even when it feels challenging. The most successful people are not the ones who are the most talented, they are the ones who are the most disciplined. So make the decision today to develop the discipline you need to succeed. Your future self will thank you for it. Success is not just about achieving big milestones or reaching the finish line. It's about the habits and actions that you take each and every day. It's about consistency, the small things you do day in and day out that compound over time and lead to significant results. If you want to create lasting change and make real progress in your life, you need to focus on building positive habits that align with your goals. The key to transformation is not in a single extraordinary act, but in the everyday choices that add up over time. Habits shape who we are and dictate the direction of our lives. Our daily routines and behaviors define the outcomes we achieve. The challenge is that most people don't take the time to reflect on the habits they've built over the years, and many of these habits are automatic, ingrained, and often counterproductive. To create the life you want, you must first identify which habits are helping you and which are holding you back. This awareness is the first step toward taking control of your future. The most successful people in the world are not those who are inherently gifted or lucky. They are the ones who have built powerful, consistent habits that support their goals. Success is not a single event or a stroke of luck. It is the result of disciplined actions taken every day. When you wake up in the morning, the first decisions you make how you spend your time, what you focus on, and what actions you take set the tone for the entire day. It is in these small, seemingly insignificant decisions that success or failure is determined. The key is to make those small choices align with the bigger picture. To create lasting success, you must first examine your current habits. Do they support the person you want to become? Are they leading you toward the life you envision for yourself? If not, it's time to make a change. Start small. Don't try to overhaul your entire life in one day. Instead, focus on one habit at a time. Whether it's waking up earlier, exercising more, reading daily, or practicing gratitude, pick one habit that will move you closer to your goals and commit to it. The power of habit lies in repetition and consistency. The more you practice the new habit, the more ingrained it becomes in your life. Over time, these small changes will begin to compound, and you will see the results. But it's not enough to simply identify good habits. You also need to break the ones that no longer serve you. This can be challenging, especially when they've been a part of your life for years. Bad habits often provide short-term comfort or relief, but in the long run, they hinder your growth. For example, spending hours on social media, procrastinating, or neglecting your health are habits that drain your time and energy. Breaking free from these habits requires awareness, patience, and commitment. It's about recognizing the patterns that are no longer working for you and making the conscious decision to choose a better path. The process of building good habits and breaking bad ones is not easy. It requires persistence and a willingness to stay disciplined, even when you don't feel like it. There will be days when it feels easier to slip back into your old habits, but the key is to stay committed. Remember that change doesn't happen overnight, and transformation is a gradual process. You must learn to celebrate small victories along the way, as they serve as reminders of the progress you're making. Each day you choose to reinforce a positive habit is a step closer to the person you want to become. As you continue to develop and strengthen your habits, you'll begin to notice the compound effect. What may seem like small, insignificant changes today will add up to something remarkable over time. Success doesn't come from doing everything all at once or achieving big goals in one fell swoop. It's the result of consistent, focused actions that add up over time. When you make habits a priority, you're creating a foundation for long-term success. In the end, the key to success lies in the power of habits. Your daily habits shape your reality, and the choices you make today will determine the person you become tomorrow. The more you align your habits with your goals, the more inevitable success becomes. So take a moment to reflect on the habits you currently have and the ones you want to cultivate. Choose one positive habit to focus on and commit to it daily. Over time, you'll see the compound effect of your efforts, and you'll be amazed at what you can accomplish. Success isn't a single event. It's the culmination of the habits you build every day. And it all starts with the small choices you make today. The journey to success is rarely a smooth path. In fact, it's often filled with challenges, setbacks, and obstacles that seem insurmountable. It's easy to get discouraged when things don't go as planned or when progress seems slow. However, the most important part of any journey is not the destination itself, but the way we approach the struggles we encounter along the way. How we respond to adversity will determine not only the outcome of our journey, but the strength and resilience we develop in the process. The key to overcoming any challenge is to adopt a mindset that sees obstacles not as roadblocks, but as opportunities for growth. Every challenge we face is a chance to learn something new about ourselves, to sharpen our skills, and to become more adaptable. Life doesn't always unfold the way we expect, and there will be times when things go wrong despite our best efforts. But it is during these moments that our true character is tested. Will we give up? Or will we rise to the occasion and keep moving forward? Success is not about avoiding challenges. It's about developing the ability to face them head on and continue pushing forward, no matter how difficult the circumstances may seem. One of the most powerful tools in overcoming challenges is the ability to reframe the situation. When we face an obstacle, our first instinct might be to see it as a failure or a setback. But the reality is that challenges are part of the process. They are a natural part of growth, and without them, we wouldn't be able to achieve anything meaningful. The key is to change our perspective. Instead of focusing on the difficulty of the situation, focus on what you can learn from it. Ask yourself, what is this challenge teaching me? How can I grow from this experience? When you shift your focus from the problem to the lesson, you'll find that obstacles become stepping stones to success rather than barriers to it. Another important element in overcoming challenges is persistence. Success is rarely instantaneous, and the road to achieving your goals will be filled with setbacks and failures. But those who succeed are not the ones who avoid obstacles, they are the ones who persist in the face of adversity. The ability to keep going, even when things are tough, is one of the most important factors in achieving long-term success. When you encounter a challenge, don't be afraid to take a step back, reassess the situation, and then take another step forward. It's the consistent, persistent effort that will ultimately get you to where you want to be. Along with persistence, patience is another essential quality for overcoming challenges. We live in a world where instant gratification is the norm, and we often expect quick results. But true success takes time, and the process of overcoming challenges is no different. Patience is about trusting the process and understanding that growth doesn't happen overnight. It's about staying committed to your goal, even when the results aren't immediate or obvious. When you embrace patience, you give yourself the time and space needed to work through obstacles and continue progressing toward your goal. It's the belief that every small step forward is a victory, even if it doesn't feel like it in the moment. Equally important is the need to stay flexible and adaptable. Challenges often require us to adjust our approach, and the more rigid we are, the harder it becomes to overcome obstacles. The ability to pivot, to change course when necessary, is an essential part of overcoming challenges. Flexibility allows you to respond to changing circumstances without becoming overwhelmed or discouraged. It's about being open to new solutions and not being afraid to try something different when the original plan isn't working. Adaptability is a sign of strength, not weakness. It shows that you're willing to adjust your mindset and your strategy to continue moving forward, no matter what obstacles arise. Lastly, it's crucial to remember that no challenge is faced alone. We all need support along the way, whether it's from mentors, friends, family, or colleagues. When you encounter difficulties, don't be afraid to reach out and ask for help. Seeking guidance from others can provide you with new perspectives and ideas, and it can give you the encouragement you need to keep going. Remember, you don't have to face every challenge by yourself, and sometimes the support of others is what makes all the difference in overcoming adversity. In conclusion, challenges are an inevitable part of life, but they are also essential to growth and success. By reframing the way we view obstacles, persisting through adversity, practicing patience, staying adaptable, and seeking support, we can overcome anything that comes our way. Success is not about avoiding challenges, it's about developing the strength and resilience to face them head-on, knowing that each obstacle is an opportunity to grow and become stronger. The journey may not always be easy, but with the right mindset and the determination to keep moving forward, you will emerge victorious on the other side. So when challenges arise, remember that they are not roadblocks, they are opportunities to prove just how strong, capable, and resilient you truly are. In our fast-paced, result-driven world, it's easy to get caught up in the need for instant success and constant achievements. We're often told to work harder, faster, and smarter, but there's one important element that's frequently overlooked in the pursuit of success: taking the time to reflect and rest. While hustle and hard work are essential, the ability to slow down, recharge, and evaluate where we are on our journey is just as crucial. Rest is not a sign of weakness or laziness. It is a vital component of long-term success and personal growth.